Hi, my name is Taylor, and I'm here to guide you through a full moon flow for the full moon happening on Thursday, December 4th. If it's past the 4th, that's completely fine. You can still do this flow. This is going to be a warming flow for the arms, hands, shoulders, and the throat chakra. So a little bit about the astrology happening around the full moon. This is considered the cold moon. And it's also, because it's happening around the winter solstice, it's considered a long night moon. It's also going to be a super moon, so it's going to appear very bright and very large in the sky. This full moon is happening in the sign of Gemini. And when we're working with the full moon, we are working on balancing the opposing energies. So we have the full moon in Gemini, and we have the sun in Sagittarius. So a good way to think about this is that there's a mental axis. Gemini represents the lower mind and Sagittarius represents the higher mind. Gemini is like the comfortable in your environment, the logical thinking. And Sagittarius is like the adventurer, the wanderer, searching for that higher purpose. So a full moon asks us to balance these energies. This full moon is also about communication, attitude, and your sense of adventure. I also want to work with expressing our feelings. How are we expressing our feelings? Are we doing it in an efficient way? A question I would like to pose to you for reflection would be, are you too comfortable in the way that you communicate? Maybe your communication skills are great. That's wonderful. But I think it's always good to reflect on the ways that we communicate. Are we communicating efficiently, effectively, completely, honestly, authentically? So think about that, reflect on that, maybe journal on it later. Whatever you need to do. All astrology signs have a body part that they rule over, and Gemini rules over the arms and the hands. So we'll be working with the arms, the hands, and the shoulders today. Gemini is also ruled by the planet Mercury, which is the planet of communication. So we can associate Gemini with the throat chakra. So we'll be working with the throat chakra today as well. I'm going to be using blocks. So if you have blocks, go ahead and grab those. If you do not have blocks, you can always use anything block shaped. So like thick books or anything that's block shaped that is sturdy and can hold weight. All of my classes have Spotify playlists that you can listen to while you are practicing. The link to that playlist is in the description below. I'm also super excited to announce that I will be hosting a 12 days of yoga. It is going to be a series that I hold online. It's completely free. It will include yoga classes, meditations, journaling prompts, activities. It's going to be all centered around the moon sign and phases, starting on December 25th. And it's just a little series that I compiled because I know that after the holidays I'm completely depleted and just so tired, and I wanted to create something that will give people a little introduction to yoga if they are not already familiar, and a way for people to come home right before New Year's and be able to just give themselves some space and time to start out the new year. So I hope that you'll join me. There will be a email sign up in my linktree. I have that posted in the description below. Just need your email. That's all I need. I'm not going to spam you or anything. It's just to send out the daily posts and things like that. I'll be posting more on my social media about this series, so check out my TikTok, my Facebook, my Instagram. That's all in the description below. I'm super excited. I had so much fun creating this, and I hope that you join me. So grab your water, grab your playlist, grab your blocks, and meet me on the mat. If you are going to listen while you practice, you may go ahead and start the playlist now. We are going to begin in Sukhasana, or easy pose. And I'm going to start with a block underneath the sit bones, just to make a little extra room for the diaphragm for some grounding breath. And hands can come to the knees, One can come to the heart, one to the low belly, and come to the lap, wherever you are most comfortable today. We can close the eyes or soften the gaze. And just begin by noticing your natural breath, not changing anything, just noticing where you are as you come to your mat today. If any thoughts arise in the mind, simply notice them and allow them to pass. Begin to deepen your inhales and your exhales, bringing the breath all the way down to the low belly and allowing it to fill all the way up through your abdomen, the chest, to the collarbones, all the way to the bottom of the throat. And exhale, emptying out, starting at the bottom of the throat, to the collarbones, to the abdomen, all the way out, emptying through the low belly. Continue this breath on your own time. As you breathe, allow the sit bones to grow heavy, sinking into the earth beneath you, allowing the earth to hold you and know that you are safe and held. And imagine a soothing blue light at the bottom of your throat, where the throat chakra is located. Notice as this soothing blue light becomes a wheel of energy, rotating in a clockwise direction. Feel the soft vibrations in the center and bottom of your throat as this wheel moves. Your throat chakra is being activated, bringing a positive flow of energy to this center. Feel the openness that comes with this activation. You can express yourself fully and confidently. With every breath, notice this energy expand further into your body. And know that you can speak your truth with clarity. And keep that with you as you move through your days. I would like to offer the affirmation to you. I can speak my truth with clarity. You can come back to that throughout your practice and at any time that you wish. We're going to take 3 deep breaths together. We're going to make these the deepest breaths we've taken all day. We're going to inhale through the nose. Pause at the top. Open the mouth and let it out. Again, in through the nose. Pause at the top. Open the mouth and let it go. Last one. Make this the deepest breath you've taken all day. In through the nose. Pause at the top. Take one more sip of air. Open the mouth and sigh it out. You had your eyes closed. You may now blink them open. I'm going to take my block and I'm going to set it to the side. And we're going to stay in Sukhasana. We're going to take a couple of shoulder circles. So starting with the shoulders going to the back and coming to the front. You can always close your eyes. Closing the eyes shuts down one of the senses to allow you to travel inward in your yoga practice. I'm going to pause at center and reverse the circles. So shoulders going towards the back. We're going to pause at center. Hands are going to come to the knees. And we're going to take a couple of rounds of cat-cow in our seated position. So inhale, pushing the shoulder. Inhale, pushing the chest forward, shoulders back. And exhale, rounding through the back for our cat. Inhale, chest pushes forward, gaze goes to the sky. Exhale, round to the back. Take a couple more rounds just like that for your own breath. Come back to center. We're going to take a couple of spinal circles. So we're going to rotate clockwise. Just rotating the spine around the base. You may feel a couple crackles in the pelvis and the sit bones. This is a move that we don't always take in our day-to-day lives, so it may feel a little different. I'm going to reverse, going counterclockwise. Sometimes one side feels a little different than the other. This one feels like it catches on that left hip for me. I'm going to pause at center. We're going to inhale the arms out to a T. And exhale, hug right arm on top of left. And give yourself a nice hug here. We're going to take eagle arms. So either your hands, the back of the hands can come together, or allow the right to wrap around the left and palms come together. Take whichever modification you need today. We're going to pull the shoulders away from the ears, and we are going to take a couple of rounds of kind of like a cat-cow, but with our eagle arms. So inhale, we're going to bring the arms up to the sky, gaze goes to the sky. And exhale, we're going to round to the back. It doesn't have to be exaggerated, just a little bit of movement, and you'll feel this posture. Pause at center. I'm going to unwrap the arms, bring the arms back out to a T. Bring your hands to the mat. We're going to switch the legs. So if you had the left in front, bring the right in front, and vice versa, just to bring a little bit of balance in the legs as well. So we're going to inhale the arms back to a T. Exhale, we're going to give ourselves a hug, but left arm on top this time. Take a moment in your hug. Show yourself a little love. We're going to find eagle arms here. So either the backs of the hands come together, or the right is going to wrap around the left and palms come together. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to take a couple more cat-cows here. So inhale up for cow, and exhale round for cat. To your own breath. Pause at center. You're going to release the arms. Come back to your T. Arms come down to the sides. We're going to place the right hand to the mat and inhale the left over towards the right for a side body stretch. Exhale, left hand comes to the mat. Right inhales up and over to the left. Exhale, right comes down to the mat. Inhale the left. Exhale, left comes to the mat. Inhale, right over to the left. Come back to center. We are going to turn to the tops of our mat and release the feet. We're going to take a forward fold here. In your forward fold, the knees do not have to be straight. You can always bring a little bend to the knees. You can put a rolled up blanket or a towel here, and that's going to allow to, give a little space in the low back. So we're going to inhale, grow tall through the crown of the head. Inhale the arms up, and exhale, fold over the legs. Again, bend those knees. You will feel a release in that back a little bit. Hands can come to the knees, the calves, the feet, the mat, wherever you are today. I'm going to take a little forward fold for some introspection for this full moon. Inhale, walk the hands back up to a seated position. We're going to make our way to tabletop. I suggest rolling over the feet to your tabletop. And here we're going to find a couple of cat-cows, but we're going to add in a child's pose, a modified child's pose. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We're going to inhale, drop the navel, gaze goes to the sky. Exhale, round for cat. Rounding through the spine, dropping the head, and sinking the sit bones back towards the heels for a modified child's pose. We're going to inhale, rolling forward for our cow, navel dropped, gaze to the sky. And exhale, round to the back for cat. And sink the sit bones back for a child's pose. Take a couple of rounds of this with your own breath. The end of your last round, widen the knees and sink into your child's pose. Child's pose, the head can come to the mat, or you can always bring the head to a block. Allow the body to feel heavy here. Feel the earth holding you, and know that you are safe. Maybe you find prayer hands behind the head. We're going to find our way back up to tabletop. We're going to turn the fingers so that they are pointing towards the knees. Keep a bend in the elbow, one at a time. And we're going to slowly begin to lean back towards the heels and allow the wrists to gently peel off of the yoga mat. You'll feel the stretch in the arms and in the wrist. Don't push too far, just enough till you can feel it. Breathing here. And slowly we're going to move back towards the top of the mat. Slowly and intentionally release the hands. Give them the wrist a little circle. And come back to tabletop. We're going to inhale the right arm up to the sky and exhale, thread the needle underneath the left arm, bringing the right shoulder to the earth, resting the head, and bringing the left arm up towards the top of the mat. We're going to bring the left arm underneath the shoulder, pushing back up, inhaling the right arm back to the sky and back down for tabletop. We're going to inhale the left arm up to the sky and exhale, thread it underneath the right, bringing the left shoulder to the earth, resting the head, moving the right hand up towards the top of the mat. I'm going to bring the right arm back underneath the shoulder. Inhale, pushing up, bringing the left arm back to the sky, and bringing it back down to the mat for tabletop. We're going to find puppy pose. So the hands come to the top of the mat, sit bone stays up in the air, chin or forehead come to the mat. Chin to the mat is a little bit more intense, so choose whichever is best for you today. Inhale, coming back up to tabletop. We're going to lower down to the belly. And we're going to find a couple rounds of cobra. So we're going to line the hands up with the top of the ribs. We're going to pull the elbows into the body. And we're going to inhale for a baby cobra. So just coming up a bit. And exhale, release. Again, coming up just a little bit more. So inhale a little bit more. And exhale, release. Last one, we're going to come up for a full cobra. So inhale all the way up. Hold here. And exhale, release. We're going to take the right arm out to a T. The sole of the left foot comes to the sky. And we're going to turn, rolling over to the right, bringing that left foot to the earth. If this is too much, you can always back off by rolling towards the left. We're going to roll back to the left, onto the belly. We're going to extend the left arm. The right sole of the foot comes to face the sky. We're going to roll to the left, bringing that right foot to the earth. Again, if this is too much, roll closer to the belly to back off. Always listen to your body and what it needs in your own practice. Your practice is for you and you only. I'm going to release the leg and come back to the belly. We're going to stack the elbows underneath the shoulders. Forearms come to the mat. We're going to pull the shoulders away from the ears, looking straight forward for our Sphinx pose. Just breathing here. Maybe coming back to your affirmation. And release, bringing the head back to the earth. Take a moment here. Going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders, pushing all the way up to a tabletop position. We're going to tuck the toes and push up and back for a down dog. Go ahead and pedal out your down dog. Really get into this pose. It always takes me a good minute to fully arrive here. Maybe move side to side. If you've practiced with me before, you've probably heard me say this multiple times, but down dog is not about the legs, it's about your spine. So you don't have to have flat feet, you don't have to have straight legs. You really just want to work on that spine. You want to imagine that you have a string on your tailbone that is pulling you up straight in the air. And that's how you want your spine. You want it to be straight up. Not straight up, but at an angle. So it's completely fine if you're on your toes, if you have your knees bent. Just worry about that spine. On your next exhale, you're going to walk the hand to the back of the mat for a forward fold. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows for ragdoll. Just take a moment here in your forward fold. Forward folds don't have to be straight-legged either. They can have a bend in them. Typically, it's better to have a bend that's going to give you a little bit more room in that low back. We're going to tuck the hands underneath the feet so that the toes are hitting the wrists. You kind of want to give your wrists a little massage with the toes. And we're going to slowly and gently bring more of our center of gravity towards the middle. And slowly and gently begin to straighten the legs. If you don't get them all the way straight, that's fine. We're just looking for a little stretch here. Doesn't have to be intense. And going to release. Give a little circle to the wrists. Going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up for Tadasana. Hands coming to the sky. Exhale for cactus. Inhale back to the sky. And exhale, swan dive back down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, place your hands. And exhale, walk the hands back to the top of the mat for a down dog. Maybe notice if this down dog feels a little bit different than you were first in this posture. You're going to inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, take tiny little steps to the top of the mat. Or forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up for Tadasana. Hands come to the sky. Exhale for cactus, tiny little back bend. Inhale, back through center. Exhale for swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, place the hands. Exhale, step it back for a down dog. Maybe shake out the head. Yes and no. Working on our clear communication. We know when to say yes and we know when to say no. Inhale, it's the back of the mat. Exhale, walk the hands to the back for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up for Tadasana, hands coming to the sky. Exhale for cactus. Inhale through center. Exhale, swan dive back down for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, place the hands. Exhale, walk the hands back to the top of the mat. We're going to inhale the right leg up and back. Three-legged down dog. Exhale, step that right leg up. Drop the left knee to the earth. And inhale, arms up for low lunge. Exhale for cactus. Inhale for low lunge. We're going to drop the hands down to the earth. We're going to tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, inhale the right for a modified dragon. Maybe scooping the earth with some circles, opening that shoulder up. Right hand comes back to the mat. We're going to inhale all the way up for crescent lunge. Exhale for cactus. Inhale back through center. Arms come back down to the earth. Step it back for down dog. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, step it through to the top. Drop the right knee. Inhale for low lunge. Exhale for cactus. Inhale back through center. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Tuck the toes, lift the right knee. We're going to inhale the left arm to the sky for modified dragon. Maybe taking a couple of circles, scooping the earth. Connecting to your breath. Hands come to the mat. Inhale all the way up for a low lunge. Exhale, cactus. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands come to the earth. Step it back for down dog. We're going to inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, step it through to the top of the mat. Release the left knee. Inhale for low lunge. Cactus. Inhale back through center. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Tuck the left toes. Lift the left knee. Inhale the right arm for modified dragon. Right hand comes back to the mat. Inhale all the way up for crescent. Cactus. Come back to crescent. Open up for warrior two. Warrior two, knee is on top of the ankle. Back foot is flat at a 45-degree angle. Arms are out to a T, facing down or facing up. Inhale for reverse. We're going to straighten that right leg. Exhale, triangle. Maybe grabbing a block for the outside of that foot to bring the earth a little bit closer to you. Maybe you shorten your stance. Pull that right hip back in space, lengthening that right leg. Opening up across the shoulders. Breathing here. We're going to take the left hand down, scoop, and come back to crescent. So front knee is bent, and we're on the ball of that back foot. Take one more cactus. Inhale back through center. Exhale, release the hands to the mat and step it back for down dog. Warming up the body here. It's a full moon, so we got to get a little energy moving. We're going to move over into the left side. So inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, step it through to the top of the mat. Drop the right knee. Inhale, inhale up for low lunge. Exhale for cactus. Inhale back through center. Exhale, hands come to the mat. We're going to tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. Inhale that left arm up for modified dragon. Left hand comes back to the mat. We're going to inhale all the way up for crescent. Cactus. Back through center. Open up for warrior two. Find your warrior two. Find your strength. Find your breath. Inhale for reverse. Straighten that left leg. Maybe shorten your stance a bit. And exhale for triangle. Maybe finding a block to bring the earth closer to you. Pull that left hip back in space. Lengthening out that left leg. Opening up across the shoulders. And gaze goes to the sky. We're going to take the right hand, and while bending the left knee, scoop down and come back up for crescent. Take another cactus. Inhale back through center. Exhale, bring the hands to the earth and step it back for down dog. We're going to make our way to a half pigeon. So inhale the right leg up and back. And exhale, bring the right shin to the top of the mat for our pigeon. If pigeon is not in your practice, you can find recline pigeon, where you are on your back and the right foot comes to the left knee. You can stay here if this is enough. To deepen, you take a bind behind that left leg and push your right elbow into the right knee. This is recline pigeon. Whichever variation you are going to take, go ahead and take that now. You can also always place a block underneath the hips to bring the earth a little bit closer to you. If you're in your pigeon, take a moment in your upright position. Grow tall through the crown of the head. And on your next exhale, slowly fold down, resting the head on a block, your hands, or the mat. Take your time to get comfortable. We're going to be here for a minute or so. slowly and intentionally going to come back into a down dog. So you can either come up and roll over the right hip and bring the left forward. You can come back through tabletop, or you can tuck the left toes and come back into your down dog, whichever you need to take. Just make sure that you are doing it intentionally. And we're going to move right into the left side. So inhale the left leg up and back, and exhale, bring the left shin to the top of the mat. If you're in reclined pigeon, go ahead and switch the legs. Take a moment in your upright position. And on your next exhale, release down, head to a block, your hand, or the mat. We'll be here again for about a minute or so. Slowly and intentionally, we're going to make our way back up. We're going to make our way to the back body, so I'm going to lean over to the left and swing the right leg up towards the top of the mat. Got my block to the side. And we're going to make our way to our backs. Go ahead and bring your blocks towards the back of the mat as well. If you don't have blocks, grab a couple of pillows, because we're going to be using them later. We're going to find a couple rounds of bridge. So we want to bring the feet a little bit closer to the sit bones. We want to be able to brush the backs of the feet with the fingers. And as we inhale, we're going to slowly peel the spine off of the mat, vertebra by vertebra. So inhale, slowly peeling all the way up. Stay strong through the legs. And exhale, we're going to slowly, vertebra by vertebra, release the spine back to the earth. I'm going to take 2 more rounds just like that. So inhale all the way up, peeling all the way up. And exhale all the way back down. We're going to take 1 more round. We're going to hold this one a little bit longer. So inhale, peeling up. You can grab the edges of your yoga mat, or you can find a bind behind the low back. Stay strong through the legs. Pushing down through the feet. And exhale, release. We're going to find a happy baby, so hands can come behind the knees. Peace fingers can come to the big toes, or hands can come to the outside of the feet. You can find stillness here, or you can find a little bit of movement, left to right. Feel the spine into the earth. And release the legs to the earth. From here, we're going to find a supported fish. So this is where we're going to use our blocks. We're going to set up a T to the back of our mats. So the long edge is going to come right where like a bra strap would start. So we're going to line that up, and the top of the T is going to support the head. So take your time getting there. Make sure you're lined up correctly. This is a supported fish. So the arms can come out to the sides. If this is too intense, you can always put pillows or blankets underneath the arms. The closer the arms are to the abdomen, the body, the less sensation you're going to feel. You can always use pillows and blankets if you don't have blocks to support your fish. And legs can come out just like this, straight out. Or you can find a reclined bound angle where the soles of the feet come together. This is a little intense. If this is speaking to you, take this. If not, just come back to a neutral position. And just allow yourself to release. This is bringing the shoulders down in a way, exposing that throat chakra and also the heart. Just allow yourself to release here. We're going to be here for a minute or so. If you would like to stay in your fish pose for your Shavasana, you are more than welcome to do so. If you would like to move into the traditional Shavasana, we're going to bring one elbow closer to the body and roll the body over that elbow and replace your blocks to the side and come back to the back to settle into Shavasana. Settle here and allow the medicine to absorb into the body. The next time you hear my voice, it will be to guide you out of Shavasana. Slowly begin to bring awareness back into the body, maybe wiggling the toes and the fingers, bringing a smile to the face. Maybe taking a full body stretch or full body scrunch. We're going to make our way to one side of the body. And just take a moment here before you sit all the way up. Coming back to this present moment. Slowly pushing yourself all the way up to a seated position. Hands coming to heart center. And just taking a moment in gratitude to yourself for giving yourself this time to practice, to connect mind, body, and spirit. And know that the light in me honors the light in you. Thank you.